Hi, I'm Paweł Spychalski, and to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole whoop class. For me, the sweet spot of the multi-rotor propeller size is somewhere between 3 inches and 7 inches, with of course the super universal 5 inches that majority of us are using currently right now. This is one of the reasons you do not usually see me talking anything about the whole whoop size, which usually uses the propeller size much smaller than the 3 inches, or about something super big, 8, 10, 12 and even bigger, because that set is also like kinda slightly too expensive for me, and this is not really where my interest lies. However, today we're gonna take a look at a whoop. Yes, this will be probably the first, maybe the second video in the few years I'm making this channel when I will be doing a material about the whoop. This is the Diatone, you see, the Diatone, and even the beautiful pouch over here says Diatone Tina Whoop 162, and my version is flashed with FlightOne FalcoX. Yes! So not only I had a chance to test this kinda cool looking little thingy, but also had my first experience with the FalcoX, which so many people say it's so awesome. So let's go to the review. This is the Diatone Tina Whoop 162, and like I think I mentioned in the opening part of the video, it comes in a nice pouch, and as you can see, mine came with FlightOne FalcoX. So amazing. We will, however, not really concentrate on the FlightOne part of this set, because I don't think this makes much sense. We, however, can see what's inside. Because, for example, if the gray color is not really enough for you, you can change the ducts, which are not really ducts. This is only like the wing protector, and also the mount for the motor, because there is no extra carbon, but we will go to this in a moment. So we can change the colors. There are some screws inside, but no screws to install the propeller. There was one set of the propeller, manual for different stuff, and we can easily, I think, close this thing, because this thing is no longer interesting. Let's, however, concentrate slightly on the whoop inside, and let's see what goes where. First of all, as you can see, hope you can see, the motors are upside down. That means that the propellers are on the bottom over here, and here is the top, here is the battery, and the motor installed like that, and the propeller still generates thrust downward. What does it give us? Besides the looks, probably absolutely nothing. Still, let's say it's a kind of unique design, and yeah, it really, we can say that it really looks cool. Now, like I mentioned before, the actual carbon fiber part of the frame is only this section over here. Everything else, and of course the same on the bottom side, those ducts, not really ducts, this is only the protector for the propeller, are plastic. The whole beauty of the design, and the most interesting parts of the design, of course, are inside of the frame. And to be honest, I was kind of surprised when I saw that, for example, inside of this, let's say, relatively simple and cheap whoop, we have kind of really like good quality components, because not only the camera itself is made by Runcam, I think this is Runcam Racer, but I cannot really confirm with 100% accuracy. On top of that, we have FrSky RXSR, original, not some kind of nobody knows what really installed over there. And the VTX, the video transmitter, is original Team Black Sheep, and only below of that there is the flight controller F411, in my case flashed with the FlightOne, but you can also flash it with Betaflight, and the second version comes flashed with Betaflight. So in terms of the design, I have to say that this really kinda is, I would have to say, thought through design. If we will put it on the scale. Let's see if it's on. Okay, it's on and it's 0. So the whole whoop weighs 61 grams, and if you add, for example, a lipo on top of that, those are slightly probably too heavy for this. It's 94 grams. Definitely 100% legal everywhere below 250 weight limit, and you can fly it everywhere without worrying about doing some stuff, offending law and going to jail for flying a drone. Let's hope such a situations will not really happen, as long as you will not anything stupid. So this is anything we can really like show and discuss about the design itself. Now let's continue with some flight footage and my closing line about the verdict on the Diatone Tina Whoop 162. And now the question is, does it work? And I have to say that I was, let's say, almost positively surprised. Well, still, don't get me wrong, this is extremely small, extremely light and powered only by the 2S LiPo swoops, because you can't say it's really small, and as soon as it starts to blow outside and the wind is there, even not the strongest one, but just the wind is there, the whole flight, yeah, it's not the best. Also, I have something like the grudge towards the Diatone that actually they shipped the FalcoX not tuned at all to be used with this whoop over here, because guess what were the rates when I just first set up everything with FalcoX and took off? Slowest possible, 100 degrees per second. I think those were degrees per second. That was just making the flight impossible. Nothing set, no presets, no filters, no PIDs, no rates. Come on, rates, solo rates makes the flight also complicated. However, after I really started to play with the settings and first of all raise the rates towards the, let's say, usable at least 400 DPS, I have to say that maybe it does not fly like the 3-incher or like the 5-incher, and definitely not like a 5-incher. Even it's not close to the 3-inchers, it was kind of fun, really. Like, I was not afraid I'm gonna hit anything and the propellers or I will be hurt, so I was really able to unleash my inner child and try to do something fancy. In the DVR footage you see only the outdoor footage. I was also trying to fly this thing in my home. It's not, maybe, let's say my home is slightly too small for a nice flight with the whoop, even the whoop inside. Still, however, it was really kind of fun, and I really have to say I like it. I really honestly like it. I think it's definitely, this one, it's not pro or even intermediate class of the FPV, kind of made of the really nice components drone. However, I do think that it's super nice as an entry level. If you never really flight with the FPV drone and you do not want to spend too much and you are thinking about getting yourself a Tina Whoop 162, then yeah, this is I think really a good option. Even though I crashed this thing at least a few times, it somehow survived. It's super light. My biggest reservation, however, is the flight time. Really, even with the slowest possible pace, really cruising, coasting along, the flight time never really exceeded 3.5, maybe, no, closer to 3.5 minutes. And putting a bigger lipo on this Tina Whoop is maybe not the best. So, but this is, let's say, the price that we are paying for the 2S. Cheap lipos and relatively, let's say, not the most efficient size of the propellers. However, if 3 minutes of flight is fine for you, and this is usually this is really much more than like the whoops from 2 years ago after adding the FPV equipment on that, then Camera is good, ESC is good, flight controller is good, video line is good. Maybe not, okay, camera is okayish. Maybe camera is not good, camera is okayish, but still, it's okay. It's okay. For the price, I think it's okay. Now, the last part. Last time I checked, the FalcoX version is no longer available. There is only a Betaflight version, which probably really changes not that much, and it should fly as well as the FalcoX, because really Betaflight flies amazing. And yeah, pretty nice whoop for the price. Good beginner hardware. For the intermediate and the pro, no, rather not. But oh, I forgot about something. The biggest fuck up they did. They forgot to provide the screws, plural screws to install propellers on motors. I have to scavenge my collection on different screws to try to find M2 by 7 millimeters screws to install the propellers, because there were some propellers in the set, but not the correct one. But besides that, it's fine. It's really fine, and that's all for today. Until the next one. Bye bye.